There have been several profound moments, the impact on me from being here at Feed My Starving Children. It was my first trip to Haiti. Country was in civil war. I'd travel around the world. I was not ready for what Haiti was going to show me, seeing how difficult and just how deadly hunger can be to people. And by the end of that trip, just felt the weight of the world on me and just felt very discouraged and very impacted by what I've been seeing. And spending one of the last nights with one of our great missionaries, Bobby Burnett, who'd been in Haiti for 30 years. And as we prayed together one night, he looked at me and said, "You know, Mark, there's something I've learned here that might be helpful. And it's all of these children you see here are going to die one at a time. Save them one at a time." And that has been just integral for me and for the organization to say, we can't save all of them, but he's going to put a child, an orphanage, a country sometimes in front of us and said, okay, save this child, and then go on and save another and another. And that's how I've focused my work and my time here at Feed My Starving Children. I was born in 1956, grew up in St. Paul, Minnesota. Loving parents that were just great examples, both mom and dad, but my dad especially for me was certainly just a great example of how to be a good human being. He got things done. He wasn't showy, he wasn't out front, humble guy. And so I think that's something that really stuck with me, that humility. But he also told me something all through the years. You are uniquely made. God made you unique, and you've got a set of talents that no one else has. So understand that, find those talents, and if you use those talents, well, then you're gonna be successful, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna do what God's plan for you is. So that grounding was really important. So I met my wife, Roseanne, actually met her in high school. In our senior year, didn't know her very well, but kind of liked her. The year after high school, as I was going into college, started dating the summer before college, and we dated for 4 years all through college, and got married 2 weeks after I graduated, and been married just over 40 years now. You know, went to the University of St. Thomas, came out with a degree in business with marketing, economics, did an internship right out of college or in my last year with the Hazelden Foundation, spent 17 years with them, traveled all over the world, learned some really critical lessons about how a nonprofit with a strong mission and a good balance of what I would just say are good business practices could really accomplish their mission. Rose and I had 4 girls. Part of my proof that God does have a sense of humor gave me 4 girls. Absolutely beautiful, adore these girls. Very involved in our kids, both Rose and I were. I left Hazelden and went into the corporate world. Into the publishing world, and really realizing that that's not what I was looking for, that's not the talents, the God-given talents, that's not where they were being utilized in the best way. And then this opportunity for Feed My Starving Children for a new CEO came along right at the time they were rededicating the organization as a Christian organization and refocusing that. And so both for the organization, but for myself, I can look back now and say, all the things I learned, all the kind of the good, the bad, the ugly, I can now look back and go, okay, God, He was shaping me in a way that for this job, and I would tell you, I got the greatest job in the world. All of those things were necessary and really were critical to kind of molding me into the kind of leader, the kind of servant that God needed me to be, so Feed My Starving Children can be out there doing the work we're doing. now that I've been here for 15 years plus is watching children grow up that I was a part of the time they were rescued, whether that's in Haiti or Uganda or the Philippines, and seeing these children who probably shouldn't have been alive now are kids that are going to college, that are healthy, that are smart, just profound impact to say, God's plan for these children is being realized. Being at Feed My Starving Children has really brought certain things into focus for me. In general, Americans have no idea, I didn't, how most of the rest of the world lives, how a great number of people are literally just trying to survive today. Just a little bit of help can make a great difference in their lives. One of the beauties about Feed My Starving Children is every single day we can come in and say, we're going to feed more kids today. There's a lot of God's kids out there. There are a lot of kids we reach that aren't reached in any other way. That we're going to places, and we're going to places in certain countries where there simply isn't any other resource available. And that makes that difference. So I can go home at night, put my head on a pillow and say, all right, did we feed more kids today than yesterday? Yes, we did. That's a good thing. I will tell you what my number one goal is as CEO, what my number one goal has been for years. And that is, first and foremost, to keep Christ at the center of this organization. And that's how we interact with our partners, our volunteers, how we treat the staff, how the staff treats everyone they interact with. So that's important, to keep Christ at the center of what Feed My Starving Children is. I would just simply say one of the things we realize in the places around the world that are extra complicated and difficult to get to, we simply can't do that without the Lord going in front of us, without making connections. And I've seen this happen where, based on our own efforts, on our own skills, we simply aren't going to get there. But God has a way of bringing us and others together that can make that happen. Then, of course, we surround everything we do with prayer. So, for 2.3 billion meals, with a B, billion meals in our history, going to the toughest places on the planet and having 99.8% of that get there, get to the tummies of those kids. There's no model, no method you can develop that gets you to that number. It simply doesn't make sense, other than it's God's protection on this food because He wants these kids fed. We are going to push. We are going to reach out there. We are going to do things that have impact for our partners especially. Whether it's to our benefit is not the critical piece. Does it feed more of God's kids? And if the benefit is to them and to our partners rather than us, that's fine with me. We'll be blessed anyways as a result, but that's what we're here to do. We're here to feed His kids.